right, for our next model, we have two models here, and our equation is 1 2/10 divided by 3 is going to give us 4/10. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and we want to build our model. And when we are given this information, one thing I want to think about is, what does a division equation tell me? Well, a division equation tells me the total, so I'm going to go ahead and label this as the total. This number right here, I'm assuming, would tell me how many groups. There's going to be 3 groups, and this number right here is going to be how many in each. So we're going to go ahead and label that together. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and start with my total, and I'm going to box in our entire total. So 1 whole and 2/10. So I'm actually going to take my marker and I'm going to shade in the 1 and 2/10. Okay? So we have 1 whole model and 2/10 of the second model. Now that can be kind of confusing just to look at, because we do have this space in here that's separating that. So that's why I'm going to use some color to help me kind of define the areas. We want 3 groups. So I am going to 3 groups of 4/10 each. So each one of these is a 1/10. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut the model into 4/10. And when I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I should have my 3 groups. So this would be group 1, group 2, and group 3 is going to be separated over the 2 models. Now I'm just going to use a little bit of color, kind of make that easier. So I'm going to use pencil first because that's handy right now. Okay, so there's group 1. Group 2, I'm just going to go ahead and do in red. Alright, and remember, group 3 is going to be spread out over the 2 models. So we have this piece here in purple that belongs to the second piece in purple. So whenever we're doing models, boys and girls, as long as you label, you ought to be able to find the answer within the model. These should never be questions that you miss as long as you're labeling, and labeling is huge. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at this. We've got 3 groups, just like this says. Each group has 4/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And my total is 1 whole model and 2/10. Perfect. Okay, that looks great. So my model and my equation look like they go together, which they should, because math should always make sense. Now what we're going to do with the remaining lines is we're going to build 3 other equations that are related to this picture. So another way we could look at this is saying, well, if we start with 1 and 2/10 and we divide the 4/10, then we should get 3 groups. Okay, so we can just flip our groups and our each around. Another way to think about this is by using multiplication. So remember, multiplication is like the inverse of division. And so we could say, well, we have 3 groups with 4/10 in each, and that will give us a total of 1 and 2/10. Or we could say we have 4/10 3 times, and that will give us 1 and 2/10. Okay, so this picture and all of these equations should go together. And today you're going to be practicing that in your in Schoology, and this assignment is going to be in the Friday folder underneath matches and models and matches.